Street, 124-106 as Moses Moody had a career night with 32 points, 8 of 12 from the three-point line, and the Warriors beat the Pels by 18 despite Steph going 2 of 11 from the floor. How about that? We'll dive into this game and look ahead to the 2 games in Florida here on Toyota Warriors Postgame Live with NBA champion Festus Ezeli, the pride of Yale, Zena Keita. I am Ponte Hill, and Moses Moody set the tone with that 3-point barrage in the first quarter. Let's go down to the Smoothie King Center to New Orleans to talk to Moses Moody, who always stays ready. And Moses, welcome to the postgame show here. Congratulations on a career-high night. What if I told you this? You made 7 threes in that first quarter. You joined Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry as the only members of the Golden State Warriors to ever do that in a single quarter. How about that? Talk about your first quarter there.
Yeah. It felt good. Ball kept finding the bottom of the net. It was, I'm from the South, so whenever I'm down here, my joints feel better. Something about the humidity in there.
And, talk about joints feeling well. I mean, New Orleans is an incredibly athletic team. They were all over the court tonight. What did your team need to do to get the win out of this in New Orleans?
I think it's another one that's emphasizes attention span. It's hard to stay on, stay ready when you know they got guys out and all of that. So that's more of a game against ourselves, and I'm glad we were able to put a game together and do that.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, Moody. What's up, baby?
What's going on, Fast?
Hey, this is what I've seen so far. All right, you missed a few games to start the season, and then you have to work your way back into the rotation. Now you're starting. I mean, talk to the people about how much work it took for you to get to this point. And now, they see all the three-point shots, but they don't get to see all the work behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm a workhorse. That's who I am. I was having that conversation with my mom a while ago. She was talking about what goals do you want to have, what goals do you want to set, and that was a point that I made. That's not really how I think. I don't really set goals and try to chase them. I just put my head down and do the work, and then look up at some point and just see how far I've gotten. So starting off with that setback in the summertime, it's all right. I know everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. So keep coming to work every day, doing what I'm supposed to, and then it plays out the way it does.
Yep.
And then discuss the overall team success here. 3 in a row away from chasing her. We know we talked about the road coming into this road trip here. You get to 2 in San Antonio. Tonight you get to win in New Orleans. Now you guys can get greedy on this road trip. Talk about how the team is feeling right now ever since that setback in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we in the South, baby. I told you, everything good in the South. We feeling good, eating good. It's we on the road. Stuff going well.
Eating good what? Beignets? What? Gumbo? What we got?
We got a team dinner tonight, so yeah, we gonna throw it down.
Oh my God.
You got to get the Festus Feast down there in the Big Easy, man. Moses, congratulations on the career night, man. 32 big ones for you, 8 made threes. Again, you joined Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry as the only members of the Warriors to make 7 or more threes in a single quarter. Big-time stuff there from you, Mo.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anytime. Moses Moody here on Toyota Postgame Live, and he's in the South. He said his joints feel good. He's eating good.
Hey, listen, there's a little bit of grease in that food over there in the South. It makes you feel good. Makes you shoot the ball a little bit better.
Well, that never made me shoot the ball better. My mom make come all the time, man. He must got some special sauce in there.
I mean, this was a game where you wanted to see what the Warriors, what they were going to do, how they were going to follow up the past couple games. And tonight you're playing against a team. It's human nature. When you have a team losing its superstars, no Jordan Poole, no Zion Williamson, no Kevon Looney, it's hard to get up for games like this. But the Warriors still found a way to pull this one off. 24 made threes, Bonte. I say it again. Ooh. 24 made threes, shooting the leather off the ball, especially Moses Moody led with him. 8 for 12 from the three-point line. I thought he led the charge in the first quarter. And the Warriors was just all about trying to keep that pace the whole game.
And Zena, they set the tone in the first quarter. We talked about not playing with their food. You knew New Orleans was 2-10 entering tonight. They dropped 44 on them in the first quarter.
And this is what we talked about in the pregame. We wanted to make sure that the Warriors come out with authority, making sure that they establish themselves early, and the way that the ball was whipping around the arc was exactly indicative of what the Warriors want to do. That .5 basketball, make a decision, be ready to shoot, coming off screens hard. That's all the Warriors were doing. Now, I will say this, between that first quarter and that second quarter, things dropped off a little bit, but the most important part here is starting strong. If they had not built that lead, the Warriors would not have been able to keep that lead going into the second half of the game, because you saw New Orleans was not going away easily. But when you start strong, you're able to carry that momentum throughout the rest of the game.
I mean, the way they started, the Warriors were able to move the ball. They got the ball to Moses early in the game. He got fired. And this is why the Warriors system works so well. Everybody touches the ball. Everybody's a threat. You don't know whose night is going to be on any given Sunday. And tonight was Moses Moody's night. Steph Curry has been carrying the load. I wanted to see how the Warriors were going to take advantage of playing against New Orleans. New Orleans is one of the worst defensive teams out there. Tonight, you got to see them be athletic. They stepped up to the game. They were blocking shots and recovering. All these things happen when the Warriors come in town. They play a little bit above, a little bit more excited, try to get into the rhythm of the game. But I thought that first quarter set the tone tonight. They came into this game trying to move the ball, try to play the game the right way, and the Warriors walked away with the win because they stabilized that.
Yeah, you were right in that second quarter. Go ahead, Zena.
Oh, best part about this, first half, 58 points scored by someone named other than Steph Curry.
No.
Like, that's important, right? When you think about the fact that Steph Curry had to get his first field goal from Jimmy,
Yep.
I love that. I love the fact that they were able to get the ball moving and people involved earlier this game than we've seen in previous ones.
Yeah, Stephen Curry, in the first half, he didn't make a field goal. First time since the Rockets game last spring where he didn't do that in the second half and went scoreless there. But let's continue to talk about Moses Moody. Look, he's had some up and downs, right? We talked about his home road splits. However, he's starting to find his rhythm. We saw it Wednesday night in San Antonio. And look at this graphic right here. Most threes made by an individual in a single quarter in NBA history. He's now in the record books, folks. You got Clay, you got Kelly Oubre, you got Kevin Love. And look at Moses Moody trying to knock Stephen Curry off that list, Fezzi.
I mean, Moses has, since he came into the league, came to the Warriors, he's always played more mature than his years. Like, he has been the guy to come in and step into whatever role you want him to play. You want him to be a defender? You want him to be a knockdown shooter? Do you want to be a ball mover? He always finds a way. And this summer, it seems like he was in that gym getting shots up because right now he is really shooting that basketball at a high clip. Says a lot about the ball movement for the Warriors. You see him coming off all these pin downs, a lot of great movement. This is his job. If he's going to start alongside Steph, he's got to be able to hit these shots so that the floor opens up for the rest of the team. And you saw the defense. They were stuck to him by glue in the second quarter. They did not let Moses Moody go anywhere without a chaperone.
Yeah, Moses Moody doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. He's so even-keeled. And that is very reminiscent of Klay Thompson, right? Being able to just, whatever game, whatever happened the previous game, whatever he put up, coming in, ready to shoot, relocating, knowing that Steph is going to grab some attention and being able to be prepared whenever his moment was called. And that's exactly what you want to see in Moses Moody, getting that confidence and letting it now roll out onto the floor into the likes of a 32-point game, career high.
Yeah, career high for threes made, career high for points, and he's going to get some Southern cooking in about an hour or two with the team dinner, man. Joints feel good. I'm jealous of the food.
Grease does not help my joint.
No, but I'm saying the food down there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I need to go down there. These joints, Monte, I can feel something. My joints. Is that what?
You take a play off, man. I want to talk about Jimmy Butler's night for the Golden State Warriors. As you guys mentioned, he got Steph going early in the third quarter with that bucket there to say, hey, Steph, get on the board here. But Jimmy's had a fine road trip. 18 points tonight, 6 of 8 from the floor. He's hitting the three. He messes around and drops a double-double, Fezzi.
Jimmy Butler he's been just a professional. He is consistent every game. He's making plays. This is a game where he did a lot of his damage in the paint, kind of around their rim. He's moving, he's creating shots for other guys. I love that when Steph comes out the game, Jimmy Butler is the guy that takes over the offense. He's taking over with the ball in his hands. He's making plays. Like right here, you see him jumping the passing lanes, getting out there, getting a few open shots. Matter of fact, one of the big plays going into halftime was a steal that Jimmy got, breaking up plays because it seemed like New Orleans was starting to get some momentum in the first half. And you know all the time we talk about going into halves, ending quarters, how important that is. Well, you've seen Jimmy Butler use his defense to create some of that momentum too.
And what an example he was setting for the likes of a Will Richard, for the likes of Moses Moody, of the consistent running. Jimmy Butler was the one when Draymond Green had that full court pass. He was running out all the way, beat his defenders. One of the oldest guys out on the floor. We're talking about an incredibly athletic team in New Orleans, and Jimmy Butler's winning the foot race against them in a full court sprint. This is exactly what you want to see out of Jimmy Butler, just continuously using his athleticism to beat his defender and best his defender. We saw some ISO plays as well, but that's what you need sometimes to stabilize your offense when Steph is out, and that's what Jimmy brings.
A very efficient night for Jimmy Buckets, his second double-double of the season. And then we move along to Brendan Podziemski. Hey, don't look now. This guy is starting to gain his confidence. It's starting to show up for the Dubs here. Fourth quarter, San Antonio, he really showed up and showed out, and he continued that tonight. Solid night for Pods. 19, Zena, 8 of 13 from the floor, 3 made threes. He's starting to figure out his role. Look, He's started, he's come off the bench, but he's getting his minutes, and now he's starting to get buckets.
Woo, the footwork from the young man is beautiful. And what I love most, the first two clips, where'd he score, Fezzi?
Get into the rim.
In the paint, getting to the rim. And this is what Brandon Podziemski can do so well. I love the fact that he was getting in, battling his defender.
Dub Nation, sit down, grab your popcorn, because the Warriors just lit up New Orleans and we need to talk. This wasn't just a win, this was a statement. The Warriors came into New Orleans, looked at the Pelicans' fresh coach debut, looked at the score, and said, nah, not today. They throttled the Pelicans 124-106. And listen, the way they did it shows more than just talent. It shows depth, it shows fire, it shows a whole team stepping up. Let's talk about the explosion. Moses Moody, the kid who had been waiting for his moment. Boom! He buried 7 three-pointers in the first quarter. 7 threes in one quarter. Franchise record time, career high, 32 points. While everyone's talking about Steph, the rest of the team is answering the bell. Moody goes 7 for 8 from deep in Q1. That's wild. That's rare air. He storms out of the gate, lights it up, and suddenly the Warriors are up 44-28 after 1. The Pelicans don't know what hit them. The crowd is stunned. The scoreboard is screaming. And for a team whose superstar, Stephen Curry, struggled early, 9 points on 2 for 11, guess what still happened? They win. Yes, Steph was quiet early. That's not a slip. That's a test. And guess what passed? Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler had a double-double of 18 and 10 assists. Brandon Podziemski pumped in 19 off the bench. Draymond Green grabbed 10 boards and cleaned up the glass, helping make sure the Pelicans never got scent of a comeback. Here's the big takeaway. When Steph is off, this team still can win. That's huge, because for a while we were asking, what happens when Curry doesn't explode? Well, tonight we got the answer. The supporting cast stepped up, Moody erupted, Butler ran the show, Podziemski popped, Dre Green anchored. That's a blueprint for success. That's how you build a roster, not just a one-man magic act. And for the Pelicans, their new coach debut, high hopes, the rookie season energy, it was overridden. The Warriors made a statement. We're not just here to watch Steph be Steph, we're here to win. Now, Dub Nation, let's be crystal clear. This doesn't mean the problems are gone. It doesn't mean the season's easy. We're still in the West, and the path is brutal. But this win, this one matters. It shows that this Warriors group can play the full game, not just when Curry is cooking. It shows depth, it shows belief, it shows momentum. So let's ride this wave, celebrate Moody, celebrate the win. Peace to the Pelicans, they're a good group. But tonight, the Warriors owned the floor. And to you, the fans, turn up your volume, press like, smash subscribe if you ain't already, because we're covering every post-pounding moment. Drop your comment. Which Warrior surprised you most tonight? Was it Moody's barrage, Butler's steady hand, or the way Curry weathered the slump and still got it done? I want to hear it. This is Warriors Nation News, and tonight, we're feeling good.